Ready?
Yeah.
What's good, YouTube? It's the world's greatest podcast, and we're back with another banger for y'all. And today we have two very special guests. You guys
Do shout outs. Let's go.
My name is Ashlyn. Yep.
What's your social handles?
Fuck, I forgot. Okay. My social handles is baby.ash2 on Snapchat, and then wc.sky skye on Instagram.
I'm Tiara. I deleted my Instagram, but I might reactivate it. So if I do, it's rock with baby.t with 3 E's, and then wit is W-I-T. And then on Snapchat, it's just young Tiara.
Alright.
And then we got now you returning. So
It's been a while, yo.
Yeah, it's been. When was the last podcast?
Probably like last.
I think it was the hot
It was the pepper.
That's too much.
Yeah. Damn.
Is Nambi a part of it?
He just.
Like, is he a part of the?
He just doesn't be here. He's not here.
Well, I mean, it's just a group. The podcast is a group.
Yeah.
Like, I'll probably say me and AJ be on it the most. But, so
Alright.
today we gonna be talking about double standards between male and females. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. We covered this before, but we actually got some in person that we can talk about, and we have new stuff. So let's get straight into it.
Alright. First topic. Why is it that when women who are married stay at home, they're looked at as, a very strong leader, a very strong woman, someone who's there to take care of the household. But when men do the same thing, they're looked at as failures.
Because men probably don't do shit when they home.
Ooh.
Like a woman will take care of her kids and shit like that. And, make sure dinner's prepared and do make sure the house is running good and stuff. A man will probably just sit down and play video games. That's probably why.
Actually, you can't. So you saying like if a man wants to stay at home, just like he's not. So what about like the actual handy jobs? Like if we're gonna play gender roles, like taking out the trash or like fixing up stuff. There's always something at home for both parties to do. So you can't just say that a guy is not gonna do nothing.
I still feel like you should have a job.
Wow.
I think it's definitely something that was created like back in the old days, like in the early 1900s, where it was like the wife is the stay-at-home mom who cooks, clean, raise the kids, while the man's supposed to go to work, because the whole spiel with men are supposed to provide and women are supposed to make sure the man is supposed to be comfortable when he comes back home from a hard day. Like I think that's where that came from, but.
I agree.
Yeah, that's where that came from, and then ever since then, that's just what it became.
Yeah.
Like that was the whole thing because of the whole men are supposed to provide situation.
So actually, let me pick your brain a little bit though. So let's say you're.
Alright, scratch my answer. I agree with Tiara.
She said the same thing as you.
No, I didn't.
No, she
Don't
said
you say that you agree that men should be doing something right or working right? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
I just said that's where it came
Oh,
from.
that's where it came.
I don't agree with that though.
Okay,
Like
but do you still agree, Ashlyn?
I believe it's just one of those things. It is what it is.
That the way that the gender has made the norms to be. I mean,
Yeah.
the population made the norms to be.
So you think if a dude is at home with like a 5-month-old, he just gonna let that baby rock? Like he not gonna take care of it? Or you think we just don't know how?
The mom is going to be there anyway.
What if she's working?
Usually when a mom has a baby, they're there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're there because, especially when they just have it, because they go on leave from work, so they're there to take care of the baby. We don't both need to be home. You need to go get your ass up and work.
Okay, so let me pick y'all brains, okay? Not just Ashlyn's. So let's say hypothetically you guys have a husband, right? And he, based on the norms and the way things are supposed to be, his job lays him off, and now the roles have been reversed. Let's say you were the one that was at home, and now you got to go get a job to go provide for the family. And he's been at home. Let's say it's been about 4 or 5 months now. He's still looking for a job. What are you guys' thoughts? What are you guys doing? Are you leaving? Or
I'm
are
gonna
you
help
gonna
you with
treat
that
him
resume
less?
because why you don't got no job? Why is it so hard for you to get a job?
I think it's different. I mean, I think it just depends on the girl. Cause I know there are a lot of women that are able to go to work while the guy stays at home. At least if he does his part. Like if he's doing a good job being at home, cooking, cleaning, knowing how to raise a kid, or at least trying to know how to at least make it seem like he's making an effort, then I mean that's cool. But if he's not okay with it, because I know a lot of guys aren't okay with being an at-home, male while the wife goes to work. Because like I said, a lot of guys have like that whole men are supposed to provide situation. Then I mean, we'll talk about it, about why you don't have a job. Because I would hope you're not home for 5 months, not trying to get a job. I don't believe in a relationship where we're both not working. I don't think that's okay.
I agree.
Okay, so my question now is, let's say the woman is a multimillionaire. Does the man still need to go and work? Isn't it cool for him to just be a stay-at-home dad, taking care of the kids? Wow.
No, I don't like that because you're not gonna live off my money.
We gotta do something.
Same way I think of it is like if a guy is rich and he wants to treat me, that's okay. But at the same time, I'm not gonna ask for money. I'm gonna work for my own. So you're not gonna just live off mine and not do anything if you don't provide.
I agree, but it's like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy to hear that because we're pulling in, like 7 figures with one person?
We? Or me?
If she's pulling in, okay, you're right, if she's pulling in 7 figures in one person, I don't really feel like there's a need for a dual income at that point. Is kind of like, it's not OD of course, but it's like,
there's no need for it, but it's like, would you really be okay with like all your life needs and everything is off of her making? Like I wouldn't be cool with that.
so would you be cool with it if it was the other way around?
No.
So you always want to have your own stuff?
Yeah, I always want my own. Like if you're able to share your money with me, I would love that because that's what you want to do, not because that's so like, oh, money. No, I don't.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna feel like you only with me for that reason, because it's like once we get a divorce and stuff, like in some relationships or marriages, they can get some of my money and it's like you didn't work for shit. Like you didn't work
Yeah,
for
like you're
damn.
not doing nothing. You just
Some women do that.
off my. Well, yeah, I don't.
Okay,
I
I
don't feel
bet a
those.
man has done that before. Anyways.
Alright, so next one. Alright. This is mine. I wanna know this. So why is it that when guys have preferences for how they want their women to look, they get ridiculed, but a woman can say their preferences like, oh, I want a tall guy, I don't like short kings, blah blah blah. Like it's okay. Like we get called sassy or we get called what word? I don't know. We just get ridiculed. Why is that? Why can't we also have preferences?
Y'all can.
I think we can.
That definitely depends on the girl you're talking
Yeah,
to, because
I think it's just social media in general.
social media has made that a big deal for sure.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole short and tall, light dark situation. Like I think social media definitely overhypes that. But I personally,
Bet.
I just feel like
Okay.
it's okay to say your preference without disrespecting the preference that you don't prefer.
Exactly. But on social media, I'm not trying to throw no hands, but it really be the girls on there more. They're like, oh, I can't date a man under 6'3", something like that. Or like, what is something like, oh, if you over 6'3", you get a steak. If you under 6'3", you get a Pop Tart. They be saying some of the most craziest thing ever. I'm like, bro, what are y'all talking about?
I ain't never heard of
So-
that one.
But y'all know what I'm talking about though?
Yeah, I'll say I've been on my fair share of TikTok, and I've seen it all the time. It's like, some women find it okay to, huh?
It's good.
He said some women find it acceptable to like downplay men who are shorter, downplay men who may be bigger, and if they try and, I don't know, I feel like a lot of women try to ride the trend of the times that's going on. Really, I feel like off of social media, they don't care. But once they hop on social media, they're
Bro, I always say
conditioned
that.
to do these things. Like that scissor trend where it was like, I need a big boy. Nobody was doing that until she made the song and until she made it a trend. So it's like, and now that the trend over, I don't see nobody talking about dating bigger people. Yeah, I don't see nobody talk about it no more.
I feel like it is all social media. Like I remember I was on the Twitter thread, right? And like I said, this is where I seen the whole short king Like, oh, I can't have a man under. So it was just funny. I was like, a lot of these girls say this on social media, but their man be like 5'3", receding hairline. Just haters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the short men that hold y'all down, man. That's for my short brothers.
Oh. I thought you said.
I'm
I'm
I thought you was trying
average height.
I thought you was trying to disrespect short guys. I was like, what? Wait, no, I read that wrong.
What?
You know,
Nice.
what's the
Damn.
Everybody got preferences. I personally don't care.
I just feel like if
You
a
want a
guy
woman
wants
with
to
a BBL,
say,
get a woman with a BBL. Don't put down the natural girlies though. That's all.
Yeah, like, yeah.
I don't know though, cause I feel like if I was to go somewhere and say I don't want a girl that's natural, I want a girl with a BBL, or vice versa, I don't want a girl with a BBL, I want a girl that's natural. I'm getting attacked either
bro,
way.
yes, you're
I'm getting attacked either way.
Or if you say you don't want a girl that weighs over a certain amount, or if you don't want a girl that's too skinny,
That's just
whatever the
social
case may
media
be.
though. Like I just think
So that's
social
social,
media. Like,
social media.
You
Nobody-
can't agree with everybody. Like you can't
Yeah.
please everybody.
Can't
like,
win.
Yeah.
There's
That's why
always
it's
two
better
sides.
to not say nothing at all.
Nobody's gonna come up to you and say that,
I think I drank too much water.
basically. Twitter warriors.
All right. So one of the other topics we have: women who express their feelings are setting standards for themselves, but men who do the same are considered sassy.
Let's talk about it. Y'all want to leave this one? Let's talk about it.
Do we want to leave
Well,
it?
you could
Lead it.
wait.
Oh no, I don't understand that one. Like,
Okay.
try to
So,
elaborate.
like, if a guy, you said express feelings, right? That's what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if a guy expresses feelings, he's considered like weak, soft, like
Crying?
sassy.
I don't think that.
Oh, I
Or
get what you're saying.
complain versus if a woman, does the same.
Mhm.
I can understand that. I mean, I don't agree, but I get where that comes from. A lot of girls like nonchalant niggas. That's just what it is. Like a lot of men. Sorry, my apologies. A lot of girls just like nonchalant men who like don't express all that thing. So like when
Why is that?
I hate that.
I do too. I don't know what that's about. That goes into a whole nother thing about like whole nigga spill and the whole like I don't like men who like to tell their business and then this and that until things get overwhelming. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Yeah, I
Oh,
know what you're
okay.
saying. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else to say to that. Where do you think that like that perception came from?
Like
Like why some people would think that?
I mean, growing up, growing up, like I know I've always been told, especially like with my parents, like my dad was always never the type to use too much emotion into anything, and he always like taught my brother to not use too much emotion. So it's like the whole men are raised to not, be strong, So I think that's like I don't know where that came from, like the whole girls attracted to that situation. I'm not really sure.
What I can say that I've noticed in the past, a lot of dudes haven't really expressed their feelings, and girls have been complaining about that. Like they want the dude to express how they feel. They want the dude to express their emotions and things of that nature. But I've started to notice this trend of being called sassy. When we ask why we're so-called called sassy, the answer to that question is because we're expressing how we felt about a certain thing. Like, an example, if a dude was to talk about how he doesn't like his girl doing X, Y, and Z,
They get called.
the girl's retaliation would be, you're just being sassy about it. So,
that word. I don't know.
like, did you want us to keep it in and not tell you that we were feeling like that, or did you want us to express it and then you bash us for it?
I honestly can't, because I really don't agree with that. Like, I'm not gonna call my man sassy for him expressing how he feels about a certain thing. But like, what I will say is, some females may feel that way just because they feel like you're, like what Tiara said, like it just dates back to old times where the man is supposed to be strong and you're supposed to be masculine and she's supposed to be the feminine one. So I guess like nagging, quotation marks, nagging is like more of a feminine trait.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they'll be like, oh, like that's sassy.
Have you
Is
ever
that
called
really,
a dude
that's
sassy?
really nagging though? Like expressing yourself? I mean, expressing your emotion.
I mean,
Some
she puts
people
on
may
pressure,
find it
so,
as
yeah.
like, why are you like bitching like about it like that?
Yeah. But have you ever called a dude sassy?
No.
That's faith
I thought
favorite
it was
word.
sassy.
Yeah, I feel like
You said you have?
Yeah.
For
In what instance?
Like the fuck, like you sneak dissing on social media, like you're a female.
Sneak this into another female?
No, to
or-
a female, like. Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like if you like arguing with females on social media, like you're sassy.
See, y'all use the word sassy.
Or if you run your mouth to your niggas about something, you're sassy.
See,
How
y'all
is that
use
sassy?
the word sassy to literally degrade a man. I call that shit pussy shit. Like if you like some people, I've seen guys argue back and forth with girls on social media. It is like, bro,
I mean,
it's-
is pussy not worse than
This-
sassy?
nah, it's something about sassy that guys actually don't like. That's why y'all girls keep using it.
Yeah.
That's why
Too
y'all girls
girly.
keep using
Oh, it's like calling you kind of like,
it. Like,
it's like a feminine
Yeah.
aspect.
And it's
Like
crazy.
you're a bitch. That's
But,
what
like,
it's
pussy-
essentially saying. Like,
I find it so crazy that a lot of women are starting to use sassy and they turn around and they have like bisexual friends or gay
I
friends.
was, I, was
'Cause,
gonna,
like,
I was gonna say
Let's
that.
talk
I was gonna say
sassy
that.
too.
Y'all girls do like to call niggas gay for doing this. Oh, you hang around with your
It's never
best friend
gay.
too much, you gay
It's never
and stuff
gay.
like that. But then go have it's like y'all use the word sassy, gay
In a bad way.
a bad connotation,
And
in a
then
bad
y'all go-
sense,
so
and then
like,
y'all have those
yeah.
people around you. Come on now, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I
Why
don't
do y'all
know
do that?
because we're not using it like that though. It's like we call each other nigga. You know what them white people used to call us?
No, that's not the same. That's not the same.
It's
Actually, you
kind
know
of
that's
like
not the
that.
same.
Like
Yes, same.
You know that's not the
that's
same.
the same.
I don't think that's you.
Go over that again, so I can answer it again.
So, like I said, right? Like y'all call us gay, sassy. Oh, a guy that hang around his friends too much. That nigga must be gay. Da da da. You know, y'all use it in a negative connotation to tear us down. But have gay friends, have you know what I'm saying? People of that nature.
males
like-
who are in your life that are feminine and you call us sassy.
I think
So-
I don't do that, but to speak on the girls that do, the reason that they do that is only to irritate those who are not gay. Calling you gay, knowing that you're straight, I know it's gonna piss you off because you're not gay.
But why call me something that's not an insult? Like,
Yeah,
I
if
would
it's,
just
not, if
say
it's supposed to,
anything
it's
to
not
you.
supposed to be.
But that is what it depends on the guy. I know a lot of guys get real triggered when you call them gay when they're not. That's what that is.
Yeah, it's just one of them things like you want to trigger somebody.
So
Same thing with
it's- so-
I know
sassy.
that's going to trigger the fuck out of
Same
you,
thing with
so.
sassy. Like, why are you being irritated when I call you sassy, not gay? Thing is sassy is basically calling you gay just in a different aspect because it's not so direct.
So
I think it's because we know that niggas are so not like all obviously,
Mhm.
but we're gonna agree here that males are way more homophobic than homophobic than females. So it's like we know how y'all. I guess some people know how like y'all feel about that shit.
okay.
So they're like trying to say it to get under your skin because they know like you're not that type shit.
Mm.
So that
Yeah,
I was gonna say that's a perfect way to get into the next one. That's
So-
a perfect way to get into the next one.
One of the topics that we had here, we've come to realize that some girls won't date bisexual men, but bisexual women are, sort of like sought after by dudes. Why is there such a difference between the two? Why is there such
Well,
a
tell me your
This
perspective then. on the whole gay
I
vibe.
will say this is my perspective, but I can understand this perspective from other guys. The way I think of it is like it's different because if you're what do you call it? How do I say this? Wait, sorry. Rephrase the question. What's the question?
So basically, there are some women out there who won't date bisexual men.
Bisexual men. Okay.
But when it's flipped and the woman is bisexual, everything's okay and dudes are gonna date them.
So to say like this, right? Why is it okay for men? I mean, why do women not prefer to date bisexual men and guys prefer? Well, we
I'm
don't have a
very
problem
biased.
with dating bisexual men. So the way I think of it is like the reason why it's different for us when shooting after them is because you know what I'm saying. It's a girl. I mean, we are already
y'all fetishize
attracted.
that shit.
We are
Yeah,
we
y'all
already
fetishize
attracted
that.
to a girl. So like some guys even use the word quote unquote hot. It's hot when two girls are making out together. It turns them on.
But
'Cause
by
that's,
that logic-
that's what we're attracted to.
By that logic, wouldn't a girl do the same thing because she's attracted to a dude? Like she's attracted to
That's where they got.
No,
answer
I'm
that
not
part. That's where
attracted.
they gotta
Like
answer
men
that
be
part.
like, oh, I want a threesome. Like I don't want that.
But why is it that you won't date a bisexual man? Like, what about the bisexual man? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest. It's just one of them things that I can't answer. Like I
For
feel like if I was, it would come out very wrong, and
I think basically what it is like that dude doesn't have any like masculinity anymore. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
for it to be like that, yeah, like that takes a lot of masculinity away from you, and that is kind of why like a lot of girls are attracted to like, you know, masculine situations, you know.
Mhm.
So it's like that wouldn't be a masculine situation to
Mm.
already to be able to
Be attracted to
romantically and have it, or to be able to have an intimate situation with another man automatically takes a lot of the masculinity away from you. But that's an opinion, because like, you know, a lot of people don't think that could be more masculine. I guess it's, you know, in the perspective of that person. But
Okay.
I know for a fact, like if I were to ask it, that's real personal. I just feel like if it came down to it, like if I were asked to have a threesome between two girls and one guy, or two guys and just me, I'm picking the one with the other girl. Cause no, like I would,
Two girls and just you. Isn't that just three girls having sex?
two girls
And one guy.
and one guy.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
me
you're-
and one
okay.
other girl and a guy.
Okay. Okay.
Just, you know, like
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
I couldn't get jiggy with that because it's like to see you do
Okay.
the bending
Yeah.
or, you know, bending.
bending
I
is
just wouldn't
crazy.
know how to feel about it.
Were you trying to say nothing?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of already said it. It's just like, it just takes, and she kind of finished it off. It just, there's no masculinity left, or not left, but it takes a lot of it away, and it's like, that doesn't really attract
Right.
female.
And it's
then-
just
And then flip, I mean, you know what I'm saying, that female that you're, I guess you could say, attracted to that's bi, they still a female, they still feminine, they just
Yeah.
like,
Other female.
yeah.
Okay.
Me personally, I wouldn't want to date a bi girl, but my reason for that, well, I don't necessarily think anything's wrong with it. It's just like me personally, I have like trust issues, and they become
Oh,
they
that
become
was
magnified
That was.
when I gotta watch out for like both genders, and it's like. I feel like, honestly, I feel like all girls have some type of game in them. And the only reason I say that, y'all grab each other's butts, y'all smack each other's butts at parties,
back together.
kiss each other, like y'all just do all this stuff that we would consider like gay, but then y'all turn around and say, nah, that's just my friend. Like, what?
It's a part of the whole, like, that's hot shit. Like, okay, relax. Listen. So, like, how do I do this? The way that y'all put it is the same way we kind of put it. It's like when y'all say when girls do it, that's like cute, that's like hot. But it's like when guys do it, that's like not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like in a girl's perspective, like it don't even gotta be like that. We're close. You know? It's just like and
Close enough to kiss.
Yeah.
oh, kiss! I didn't hear that part.
Yeah,
Some people
girls
do
be
that.
kissing when y'all be twerking and stuff. Y'all be smacking each
But
other.
it don't be on no gay shit. I'm hyping my bitch up. But to kiss a girl, that I don't get that one.
Okay, what about seeing your friends naked?
y'all females.
For girls.
That's like
Y'all
y'all
ain't
guys
rolling it out.
right now.
Yeah,
Y'all
you're right.
guys. What?
Niggas don't strip down sometimes.
Okay,
That's definitely
so
football niggas. Other than that,
I will say this, I kind of agree with Tiara to an extent. It's like, it's just something what girls do. It's like, say for example, a girl calls another girl cute.
okay.
That's okay, but like a dude can't call another dude like good looking or something. It's just like more open, or like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's more accepted when it's a female or something. Like when it's female to female.
I think y'all fucked that shit up too though. Like you can't. Like if you say like if you just walk up to a random girl. If I walk up to a random girl, hey, you look really pretty, you know, automatic. Oh, that was so nice of her to da. But if you walk up to a random nigga and be like, oh, you look good today, man. Like
No.
Nah.
No.
See,
But no,
Yeah.
y'all be ODing
see,
though.
it's. I think guys, because I've actually, what do you call it? Heard guys like it's like how do I say it? It's like a psychological
It's
perspective.
a certain way you gotta
Yeah, it's a certain way you compliment a guy, and I've noticed how other guys do it.
I see
No
you, bro.
guy,
But
they
why-
shit like that.
I
I
see
see you, bro.
Yo,
Like,
why? But why?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
You
the
don't
way
know.
guys. I don't know. That's just the way guys. It's like you can't really come up to a guy and say you're cute to compliment him. That's
But why?
some guys will take that as you're trying to hit on them, and then they
And
don't
women will
understand
look at it
it.
like we're more
Or
feminine.
women will look at it like feminine or gay.
So that's
the
how
way-
y'all be though. Like that's how
the way
y'all feel.
the way I've seen guys compliment guys is I see you, bro, or they say some shit like, oh, that nigga get hoes, or
You
some
got
like
that shit
they-
on
got
today.
that shit on today. Like they indirectly compliment you. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That-
about
okay,
it.
I got a question. How would y'all two feel if I went up to AJ and said, AJ, you fine today, bro?
How would y'all
Look at Ash face. That's it all.
That's your answer right there.
What would you do if your man, his friend came over and was like,
You would not
damn,
talk to
bro,
him.
you look good today, cuz.
First of all, I don't have a man.
Say it, hypothetically,
All right.
hypothetically.
What was it?
You looking real good
today?
today, bro.
You looking real good today, bro.
I'd be like,
You gonna look at
side
him?
eye.
But if let's say one of your female friends was to walk in the room, you gonna hype her up. You gonna do what you got.
Oh, man. So
But
the-
why?
it's
I
just
don't
a
know.
double
I
standard.
really
A
don't
double
know
standard.
why.
It's just something what females
But
do.
like
That's just what females
y'all take part in that too though. You literally just told me you can't walk up to your homeboy and be like, oh, you look fine. Why not?
I feel
You're
like
part of the double standard. Y'all naturally do that shit. So it's
Nah,
like
men.
when y'all put it that
Naturally,
way, it's naturally an instinct now. It's like, okay, now that y'all do it like that, so we see this. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's become that way
Yeah.
because y'all look at us
It's
a
because
certain
society.
way. Like it's okay.
I'm sorry.
I feel like if we took it back to the beginning and girls didn't look at dudes a certain way for doing that type of stuff, I feel like more dudes would be out here telling their bros, I love you. I feel like more dudes would be out here saying complimenting their dudes. But because
That is true.
women make it seem like it's so weird to do
I don't
it,
think
so
women do
So
that.
y'all
I
get
think y'all
insecure
do that
about it?
yourself.
I feel like it's the younger generation because I do know some older folks
Older dudes
that
do.
actually
Do that.
compliment you like that's a handsome man or
Yeah, they
like
do.
you look
Yeah.
handsome today, shit like that.
but old heads don't be caring about a lot of stuff they say. I noticed that they don't be caring. It's like
I feel like the
did.
line to be drawn though is handsome. You know
That's
what I'm
fair.
saying? That's a handsome man.
Yeah,
that's
you know
the
what I'm saying?
most,
Shit
yeah.
like that. That's like I feel like when you say something OD or like past that, I personally don't say that. You know what I'm
Damn,
saying?
bro, you sexy.
Yeah.
Like
Like that, like no,
Good looking man.
no.
I'll look
Yeah,
at you weird.
Go to
Like,
the next question, bro. Oh, cool.
let me see. Let's see what else we have. Okay. Speaking about looks and things of that nature, women attracting men are seeking attention, but a man who has a lot of women is just that guy. Why is that?
Women.
I feel like y'all should have asked that. I feel like y'all should have asked that. 'Cause I was-
Women. Wait, say it again.
Women who receive the attention of a lot of dudes are looked at as attention seekers. Like, oh, she just want everybody looking at her. Da, 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 da. But dudes who get the attention of a lot of women, they're that guy. They got that dog in them. They pulling hoes. They
That's
you know.
y'all
good
fault
looking
though.
man.
Y'all made it like that.
So where do y'all?
That's because y'all be thirsty.
That's I
What do you mean by that, Ashley? What do you mean by that?
Y'all be thirsty. Like they be on every girl though. Like,
So,
but
wait,
it's
no, you're flipping it. Like a guy that attracts women.
Yeah, a very attractive
So
man.
we're not doing anything, and
It's
like,
just a lot of girls. Like, say Namdi has like a bunch of like girls that are attracted to him. You always been around girls and they always talk about Namdi. But when like,
I
a
think
girl,
he's a thought too.
like a guy's always talking about this. She's attention seeker.
You say you would think he's a thought too?
No.
Mm.
I feel
I
like
feel like that's
I
actually
don't know.
nice.
I
I
feel
feel
like,
like
that's
look
a
at it,
very
though.
terrible double standard. I don't really have anything to say.
I
on
feel
it.
like
I don't
that
do it.
comes
actually
from.
is.
I feel like where that comes from is how do I explain it without you know what I'm saying sounding like off the wall. So I feel like that connotation comes from like social media, because a lot of the girls that do get attention on social media either got their butt out or their boobs out. So guys automatically, go to them. So now you actually have a girl who's not doing that and is still attracting guys. Some people might say, "Oh, she gotta be doing something to attention seek. Like, how is she getting on these guys?" You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. So I feel like that does come from that, that idea that social media kind of like damaged that for y'all, and it's like nowadays a lot of girls that do want attention have to do that, show their ass and titties on social media.
I got something to say. It's like I feel like social media, like you said, it kind of damages it. It makes it like one dimensional. It's like, and instead of like how it's supposed to be, like, so you actually meeting a person, it's like you get to see if that person is really like, oh, why is everybody going to this person, or like why does everybody drawn to this person?
Right.
You feel me? Like social media is like, it takes away that aspect. Like you don't have that life aspect for real. So you're just looking at it one way. Like you just see a lot of people is it like really like
Drawn to this person.
Yeah, drawn to this person. It's like wow. So like yeah, social media is kind of like, you gotta get the truth for yourself.
Something I want to say. I feel like when it comes to this double standard, along with the next one that we're gonna talk about, I feel like women play a bigger role than men.
True.
Because when it comes to, this is the way I look at it, a dude is gonna hype another dude up when it comes to women, getting women and things of that nature. Women might hype the dude up as well, like, okay, that's why they're going towards that person. They're attracted to the fact that they can, attract all these people. Women, on the other hand, they might downgrade that woman, like, oh, she thinks she all this because she can do this. So it's like it's 2 versus 1. It's like it's never gonna be equal.
What?
So it's like,
You just reminded me of some shit.
see.
Hold on, can you repeat it again? I'm sorry.
Listen, he said that when men like get a bunch of girls, right? Even the guys, when guys like hype up the guys like for like getting a girl. When you as a girl look at that specific guy, that girl, you're like, oh, okay, maybe he is all of that, so you might look into it more. But the girl, you might look at a girl who gets all this and be like, oh, she thinks she's better because she thinks she can get that too. Because like you think of it as like, oh, she not on my level, so fuck, she thinks she can get this nigga too for it. So it's like when you do get the nigga, she all she upset about it. Cause she think.
Do we have any thoughts on it, or you agree, disagree?
I agree. Wait, what am I agreeing with? Wait, I agree. I agree.
I agree.
And then
And I don't know
one last thing to touch on this too. I feel like with guys, it's a little different when they get attention, because a lot of guys don't actually try to like go forth to get the attention on social media. I know a lot of guys who aren't photogenic, who have social media accounts with photos from like 2 years ago, you know what I'm saying? But when they still get that attention, you know what I'm saying, it's more like a praise because it's effortless versus
Yeah,
them.
they're like low key type shit.
Like low key and shit.
I love that.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
That's another way to think of it.
Okay. So going into our last topic for the day, it's a very interesting one. It's one that we've talked about in the past. So, the body count double standard. Why is it that men are seen as, men seem like they got that dog in them when they got, a certain amount of bodies, but women are looked at like
We need to be
nasty.
looking at these men dirty. They're dirty. I don't care. Like you
Dirty for a certain body count?
Yeah,
So
or
what's
not,
dirty
or
to you
are
after-
not being safe, or having multiple sex partners, whatever the case. I mean, maybe not have a lot of bodies, because at the end of the day, whatever. But if you're not being safe, if you're having a lot of sex partners at the same fucking time, you're weird as fuck. Man, female, whatever the fuck, like that shit.
I think it is different because it's all about like when it comes to men and when it comes to women having like that makes me go against my own kind. No, I was gonna say like, girls think about it, guys, they just try to get shit done. So I was gonna say like, that doesn't help us.
Okay, so
Cause it's like,
AJ, to add to this, what is that famous analogy that everyone likes to say when it comes to body count?
You talking about the key?
The key one. What is it? You
If
know
I
what
remember correct, you know.
Yeah. So it's like if it's a dude, like the dude that gets more bodies is like it's a master key. So it's like it can
Like
open
can
up
open
every
many locks.
Yeah, many locks. And then what's the,
But a lock that can be unlocked by
A lock
many
by any-
keys
yeah.
is a faulty key.
is
You
Oh,
get
so you're faulty?
yeah. So basically to put it into our terms,
so we're
if
the
you-
lock,
if you-
you're
if
the
you-
key?
if you like a guy that can that has a master key that can open many locks is a master key. A key that can open many locks is a master key. Basically, you know what I'm saying? It's like
That's a high value man.
it's a high value key. A master key is a good key versus a lock that can be unlocked by many different keys. You know what I'm saying?
You don't
many
want
different guys can fuck is a faulty key. It's a hoe. The girl's a hoe. Because
Why
all
the
these
fuck
guys-
y'all gotta be the fucking
Honestly,
key?
And I'm not saying that that's just an analogy that's been made to put it.
I
into
ain't never
perspective.
heard of that
You
shit.
never heard of that?
No.
honestly, I wouldn't say that master keys are like really good to be honest. Like it's actually kind of dirty though. Like,
Yeah, you a dirty ass key.
Wow.
And that's nasty as fuck. Cause it's like, why would you want to open up every
Wait,
fucking lock?
switch the
You
analogy
know
from a
some nigga.
key. Switch the analogy from a key to like the real perspective. What are your thoughts on it?
I just think y'all shouldn't. I think y'all shouldn't look at girls that have the same body count as you as a whore, because it's all about the perspective of who you're fucking and why you're fucking them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, say you got 6, I got 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we both should be seen as sluts. I think, you know, depending. I say like, I'm gonna say you right now, but I'm gonna say like, you should be looked at as nasty, cause you just fucked anybody. All 6 of them people you barely fucking knew,
Okay.
raw dog them bitches, like don't
That's
know,
crazy.
and everybody. I just, you know, my bad, but like these could have been throughout the years,
Okay.
relationships, and they just went wrong. But it's like, I at least trusted who I was with, and I was safe with it.
I agree with that. Like my perspective. I mean, I still think a certain amount is like, you know, say like OD. But like my perspective has changed on like not even the amount anymore, but it was kind of like how it was acquired. So if I met
Oh,
two girls
yes.
with 10 bodies, and this girl right here acquired this 10 in 1 month, just got busted down every weekend, versus this girl
That's twice.
who maybe, let's say, she just lost her virginity at 16, and let's say she's 21 and maybe acquired like 2 bodies a year or something like that. I don't know the math, but just like
That's like 8, 10, 8,
I-
10, around
this let's say acquired, you know what I'm saying, those 10 bodies between 16 and 21. Multi number 21.
Yeah.
You get the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, 100%. Time frame for sure.
Time frame definitely
Okay,
matters.
that was
frame.
good. That was
Who
good.
who was with, you know what I'm saying? If I personally find out a girl has did it with the athlete that I know just bust anyone down, she's immediately off the list.
No,
Yes.
no,
She's
no,
off
no,
the
no,
list
no.
for me, bro.
No, you
Because-
can't do that because
I'm
what if
sorry,
She,
athletes
what
are
if she
disgusting.
didn't know? What if she didn't know? Like
100%.
she fell into the group just like the rest of the bitches that didn't know. Like he's a whore. He's fucked up. Don't look at her as fucked up. That could have been her first body, and she trusted him.
No,
You
Okay,
can't do her
I
like
guess
that.
that makes sense.
You can't do her like that. She
Yeah,
trusted
I-
him. She was in a vulnerable state. She got manipulated into thinking it was more than that, and she got hoed. She got fucked and left, and you can't
I
ever
was
cut
gonna
her
say,
off the list because she don't
Football
fucking know.
athletes do be grimy, you know what I'm saying? What happened?
That is true to an extent, but it's just like as a male, like looking at that, and I seen the dude, my homie off the football team, like it's just like no,
Dang.
Yeah.
can't do that.
I'm not
It's
gonna lie.
really-
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But it comes to a point is where it's like you need to know who you're
Exactly.
doing
That comes to. Hey, listen up.
It's like you gotta know what you're looking for.
Yeah, that.
Also,
Yeah.
that's also your fault too. If
That's-
you're just doing that.
Say that again.
That's also your fault if you're just doing that.
Because
What?
he's basically saying it's your fault that you didn't know who you were fucking, and and how grimy it was. So that goes down to, you know, you basically
I don't know.
laying
People
yourself
hide.
down.
People play a role very
People
well.
are very good at
People will
lying.
make you trust them. Y'all don't. Hey,
I get it. People do that, of course. But it's like
y'all
tricking
need to do
me.
extensive ass research on this nigga. Like,
No,
that's
I mean,
like,
that kind of comes down to like
You
knowing
tricking
how
me.
valuable this body is. You can acquire this body.
Like you tricking me enough for me to give myself to, like, give you my body. Like that nigga gotta be like a number one detective. He gotta be some type of smart. Like that's a lot. I view your body as like one of the, you know,
Temple.
yeah, it's a temple. So like for you to manipulate me enough to get into my temple, either I didn't do my research correctly,
Or you don't value yourself.
I don't value myself, or like there wasn't enough research to be done.
Like I said, like,
Okay.
okay, before I continue, I'm gonna do a disclaimer. I don't relate to anything I'm saying, but I know a lot of people that have been in that situation that are to this day still hurt
Okay.
and like really uncomfortable with sharing that story. So like I'm speaking for them.
Mhm.
Okay.
But like, you really, I obviously like a girl would see her body as a temple, but for a lot of girls, they're easily able to. For a lot of girls, they're easily manipulated into finding that specific mindset of like, oh, he's that guy. Like, I want him to be that guy. Like, and after that, there are a lot of girls that get stuck in that headspace of like, him. So it's like it's not like she doesn't think, you know, she's important. She doesn't think she's a temple. It's just like when you put your mind to a guy and you really like him, you try to see the good things and like you disregard the
So
others.
wouldn't it be your fault for trying to see only the good things and overlooking the bad
You'd
things
be-
because you want them?
Yeah, but
That's
at the
delusion.
same time, it's delusion. She can't control.
No,
delusion.
I wouldn't say delusion. That's like really just your emotion. You gotta be able to
Yeah,
exactly.
think
And
Yeah.
she can't, but you can't blame her for not being at the state yet of being able to control her emotions.
Some females are, I guess you could say, more mature, logically thinking. You know what I'm saying? You just can't let your emotions fuel everything.
and sometimes you know it by experience, like, and just like knowing, like looking at a nigga and like, nah, he no good and shit like that.
Absolutely.
Like you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No,
So what about,
definitely.
let's say the roles were reversed for like guys now? Would y'all say it's the same thing?
I can't
They
because
could be doing
it depends on the guys. Y'all really do be on a mission to just
Yeah.
get some coochie and leave. Like I ain't gonna. It is for a lot of y'all. Like y'all just be like, oh, she let me hit. Okay, great. Now I'm good. Like y'all got what y'all want.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Alright. So look, if a nigga really wanna fuck with you, he gonna do some research on you and make sure you not a thought. But if he just trying to fuck you, he don't give a fuck. Like he don't give a fuck if you thought. He don't give a fuck about none of that. He's just gonna fuck you. I feel like that's why.
Absolutely.
What was I about to say though? Me personally, I'm the type of person to where it's like, I feel like it's reasonable for me to ask for a woman whose body count is close to mine. So I feel like if you have 13 and I have 2, I feel like I feel like there's nothing wrong with me saying
Basketball.
that's a little too much for me. Am I wrong?
And then here's
Stop fucking with her.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
I only got 2. I'm asking.
Some
like,
guys,
really like her.
some guys see it as an ego thing too. Like, oh, she has more game than me, which is why she has this many. She's more experienced. She might lead me somebody who also might have around the same body count as her. So it's a little more like thinking, like y'all be thinking guys. I mean, I know some guys who just fuck anything, but like some guys who actually do, you know what I'm saying? They put in like the extensive thought and research on who they're actually gonna
and
gain this body with.
I personally don't think like this, but some dudes I know, they'll be like, she was with so many people before me. Where do I rank up in
And
this
like,
list of people?
That's a
It's
personal
a it's a
That's a
personal
personal
thing.
problem.
It's a mental thing, but it's just like once you know that your partner had this many people, it's kind of difficult to be like, where am I in this?
It's like basically men don't want something or someone that can be easily accessed. Like you feel me? They want their
Absolutely.
own. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
that goes back to a faulty lock. The analogy.
I mean, that's the same thing for girls too, for sure.
I feel like some
Nigga,
girls
that's
Do
right.
y'all have a
Yeah.
cutoff when it comes to bodies, or is it?
I don't even ask.
So you would be cool if your nigga had like 60 bodies, like you.
Listen.
You just wouldn't.
You-
Listen, okay, so for one, at this age, no, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, I do believe in like that whole thing of like you should not judge somebody by their past. Because
You should 100% judge some people off their past. 100%.
unless it's affecting them to this day, yeah. But if it's not, then no.
Unless they're changed.
People
see
change
change.
like for the better, and it's like you really can't.
The
'Cause that's how
past always
people-
comes back somehow.
Yeah, but
Past always comes
people. That's how
If
people
I'm a
get
dog
fucked up.
murderer and I get out of jail, would you let me watch your dog?
Are you still
Or
a dog
let-
murderer?
or
I'm trying to get over
Are
it.
you-
You gonna let me watch your dog?
No.
Let
It's
me,
not-
let me play this game. Or so what were you about to say?
Don't have me in the process of your healing. I'm talking about when you're done.
Okay, so after I'm done, I have a record of killing 15 dogs
But
in
are
my
you
past.
still killing dogs?
No, I'm not.
Okay, then
Okay,
You're
but
letting me
that's-
watch
but-
your
but
dog.
It's still gonna affect
I'm
you.
gonna
though.
see it.
Wait,
If
I'm
you're
gonna-
trying, if you,
Would you let me watch your dog? Like, would you feel 100% comfortable letting me watch your? I had 15 dogs.
antagonizing her right
No, I'm just saying, like, letting me watch your dog after I killed 15 dogs in the past is crazy. You gotta look at some people's past. I'm not saying everybody, because I do 100%
but
agree.
that
change.
defeats the whole purpose of
I'm sorry.
you. Yours seems important. Go ahead.
No, so what you about to say? So what you about to say?
I'm saying like that defeats the whole purpose of like a lot of people try to change. It's like they can't access that life of like, dang, I'm trying to be this person and have this life without still seeing that part of them. It's like I get it, but maybe I'm just trying to ask for something that's probably not even able to be completed yet. Right now.
I understand what you're saying, because I do feel like, people like felons that get out of jail after serving their time. I don't feel like the
Past is
government,
always
the government, they do continue looking at them as felons and stopping them from doing certain things, even though there are some people that
can't
really
vote no
deserve
more.
it. Yeah, there are some people that really deserve to be put 100% back into, civilization and communities and be able to do all those things. But it's also just like, I'm sorry. Okay. You never really know with anybody. Like she was saying, if people are good enough to hide themselves, what's stopping me from tricking my parole officer and thinking I'm a good person? I get off parole, I'm back in community, I'm killing dogs again.
I don't think you can hide it forever though.
Alright, I'm gonna give y'all this example, right? I'm gonna give y'all this example so y'all can think of it. Because killing dogs is extremely. I'm gonna put this in a more realistic standpoint. Y'all say y'all don't care about how many bodies your man has now, right? Let's say he stopped his whole stage and he's changed. But these women keep coming back. Like every now and then, you'll look at his phone as a text from an old girl or somebody on social media, when we gonna fuck again, and he's ignoring them. You know what I'm saying?
But
How would that? Wouldn't that mentally deteriorate you? A
Well,
little
how
bit?
do they have access to you?
Texting
I
on
don't like
social
that.
media. So you want him to block every single person he's been with?
Those,
But he's a hoe. He's been with a whole bunch of people. He can't block every single one.
Like let's say
Get a new
he has
phone.
25 bodies.
New phone is
25
crazy.
bodies. Huh?
I see
I
that
get
shit.
a
feel like if
number.
you really work hard to try to get that passed away, I feel like you better work fucking hard.
I think it really depends on your past, what you did.
Okay.
Because certain numbers like 25 versus let's say 20 versus 10, it's just gonna be more problems with the person you mess with 20 instead of 10. So more things coming back from your past to, you know what I'm saying, mess
I
with
don't
you.
know.
Yeah. Like women,
Come
some
in-
women do that, you know.
To come with somebody who has changed from a crazy past comes with being able to understand that you are with somebody who has changed from a crazy past, and you have to be okay with
Accept it.
accept the things that are coming. So
Mhm.
that's your part. That's my part.
Mhm.
If I'm willing to be with somebody like that, then I also have to accept the things that are gonna come my way with that. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but that's what I signed up for.
So if you let me watch your dog, you have to accept
I-
that your dog might die.
Yeah, I mean,
just
I
killing
signed up
dogs
for
is
that.
extreme, dude.
Didn't worry.
But is there anything else on the list or
Any
anything
comments?
else off top of
Anything y'all
your
wanna say
head?
off the top? Yeah.
There was something that came up to my mind earlier, but I think y'all kind of answered the question about the whole women showing their bodies versus my whole thing was women showing their bodies versus men showing their bodies. Why do men easily sexualize women for showing their bodies versus men being sexualized for it? But y'all kind of answered that question with the whole social media, girls with BBLs and boobs and butt kind of ruin that because it's the whole point of them to do that is to seek attention
Mhm.
from that specific crowd. So
Mhm.
it's
Okay.
I actually answered my own question. question actually.
Hey.
I did, but that was like the only thing that.
Ashlyn, Namdi, yeah.
Nah, not really.
Can I
I
Google
was in the
something?
mall for real.
Ooh.
Alright, that's all we got for today, YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, smash that share button. Anything else y'all want to say? No?
Never been in YouTube videos. Exciting.
Alright.
Watch the past videos if you haven't.
Yes.
we got some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I got a YouTube channel coming soon.
Oh, really?
Look out for me.
Damn, everybody got a YouTuber podcast.
No, for real. I realized that's like a thing now. I didn't really see that many people get into that. So.
But yeah.
And also, make sure you guys are following us on our socials. We have the same handle everywhere, World's Greatest Podcast.
Yep, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, everything. Any questions, any topics y'all want us to cover, any special guests that want to join the podcast or just, be on here, just hit us up. Let us know. We're open to anything.
All right. Peace.